Shemai, GTA chums. For those who aren't aware, the Queen died the other day, so the British are in a period of national mourning. So if you know any British people, give them a hug. And at the end of this video, we'll do a bit of a moment of silence to remember what a great person the Queen really was and what a superb leader she was. But right now, we're going to tell you about this discounted plane and how excellent it is. So let's have a look at our phones and see how much they cost. Looking at Elite Ass Travel, you can see it's 957 grand, so a million really. It's one of the discounts that are well worth. Well, it's a discount that you need to consider this week if you do plane races because you will make mincemeat out of everyone. It's amazing. It's also got countermeasures. Whoa, red smoke. We're going to stick with that. You can get a proper countermeasure, but why bother? It's not a military aircraft. Handling, I would stick with stock handling until you first fly it, and then upgrade to race handling because race handling is the best. You're going to need that for races. Here's the liveries. So we're probably going to get rid of that one. That is a nice one, the Alpha Racing. E-Cola, Sprunk, the essence of life. We've done a Sprunk build, but I don't like the E-Cola one, so maybe we should do another Sprunk one. Let's have a, Ron Oil is excellent, but we can do that anytime. Maybe we should do a Sprunk because it's free. And next to Respray Primary Colour, let's have a look at the classics. Bleached brown we've got at the moment, so probably a black. Purple looks good though, doesn't it? It's a really funny little landing gear you've got on this plane as well. It's amazing little plane, and it lands interestingly as well, but it lands alright. Oh, Sprunk, the essence of life. I think I need that purple, don't I? It's going to cost me an arm and a leg for purple. What are you talking about? 12 grand? No way. You can't put purple on. Well, I just did. Secondary colour, classic. What does that colour up? Okay, right. Fuselage and the wheels. So we can do something with that. We can probably actually. What are we starting off at? Black. Black is great, though, isn't it? Let's look at white. Maybe have a positive message. Purple also looks good, and I think that is nice. We're going to go purple because that follows through the entire build, then, doesn't it? It's always good to follow through with your colours anyway, not in your trousers. Oh, we're not going to sell it. Of course we're not. Let's exit the hangar because we're built. We're complete. So, this is the plane that will make it very easy to win plane races. You just destroy everybody. It's ridiculous how easy it is. Because people either don't have a plane at all or they have a terrible plane. Yeah, that is a bad example. Trying to crash it right from the start. This is based on like one of those Red Bull planes, isn't it? Like an extra 300. And it's a stunt plane. It's amazing. It's an amazing stunt plane, but as you can tell, I nearly crashed it from takeoff. It's got a really efficient wing, which makes it one of the fastest planes in the game. I think it might be the fastest plane in the game. It's faster than a laser, faster than a Hydra, so you don't need to worry about those guys if they're chasing you, as long as they can't hit you with the explosive rounds or a lock-on missile. But it's just amazing, absolutely amazing to drive it. Let's have a look at the internals. You get good visibility in the internals. I had problems with the races, the online races. What's an online race, lad? On the online races, because on the plane races, because it kept doing the weird view from the behind view, so I had to switch to front view in order to win the races, and I decimated everybody. They didn't know what they were doing. I mean, they did know what they were doing. They were very good plane pilots, but they just didn't have one of these. So it was a cheat mode. Like when I was going from behind like this and turning, it was looking down on the down view, so I couldn't see where I was going basically. You want to be looking out probably. Let's see if it does it while I'm flying. Of course it won't do it. There we go. We've got the red smoke on there. So that is look at that red smoke. That is amazing. It will make you look amazing in session. Yes, it's a sprunk plane, but we can use red smoke just because we're sprunking it up. Wow, what an amazing plane. Wow, this is a brilliant plane just for fun. You can troll people in session as well if you really want to do that kind of business, you know. But it's so manoeuvrable, it's so twitchy, it's twitchy as hell, but it'll go where you put it. The handling is brilliant once you get used to it. Just have to get used to it, which is a nightmare. Christ no bite. So yeah, I don't think I nailed that thumbnail there, but I think I talked about the plane just about as much as I needed to. This is it a Pegasus plane? Oh, but Jesus, I don't know. But you make it if it's a Pegasus plane, you make it your own by getting into the hangar. But I think it might not be a Pegasus plane. Um,
Hello, Pegasus Lifestyle
plane.
Management. How can I help
Yeah,
you?
it's not a Pegasus plane. So it takes up space
Call
in the
again.
old
Goodbye.
hangar. So and it'll only cost you £1,000 to replace it as well. So let's replace it, and then we'll do our minutes worth of silence. This is an essential plane
Morse
for
Mutual.
races,
We're here to
basically.
help.
For plane
I'll do
races,
my
just in
best.
case you ever need to do a plane race in the future, it's useful. But as you can tell, it's got twitchy performance, so you need to learn how to fly, basically. But I wasn't looking where I was going, basically. And that was the problem there. Anyway, it's time to think about the Queen. So she was a respectful person. She was a great leader, and it's crazy what kind of leaders we have in the world these days. There's not many leaders that really take the back seat and are quiet and but still supports people, the team, as in the British team, which is what she did. And she guided the country in her own way with her chats with prime ministers, but she never talked about that in the public. And to be quite honest, when Boris Johnson lied to her face, and then he met with her the week after, and she probably had a few words with him, but she never said, Boris Johnson, what an immense liar he is that time when he essentially lied to the Queen. That is how great a person she is. But she probably pointed out to him in no uncertain words that he did lie to her. But yeah, she's a great person. So for that reason, and we're not talking about Monica here, we're talking about her as a person. She was a very humble human being and a great person, so that's why we're going to have a moment of silence. So let's have a nice moment of silence right now, everyone. Thank you for joining me in that moment of silence. Um, I hope you were contemplating a few things there, and maybe not the Queen, or maybe you were making a prayer. Um, but I think we all need to reflect on the good things that we have in life and the positivities, rather than all too often it's very easy to look at the negatives. And overall, not just be positive to yourself, but be positive to everyone else as well, because you never know what they're going through right now. You know, it's not just the Royals that lose people. So I hope you're having an excellent day. Do drop a like and subscribe if you found this video useful, and comments as well. Let's comment about anything, about the Queen, about whatever's on your mind. Just comment it, and I'll respond as soon as I can. But thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video and hopefully join in that moment of silence. But have an excellent day, everybody.